Thank you. It was
Close.
hard fought. Dude,
Indeed.
I'm pretty sure if I just never played Ishtal a single time, I would have like 40 something points.
Bro, those turns are so hard.
Yeah, unfortunately, I might study more compared to play, so I don't have the fucking hands.
Yep. Understood. Um, I want to understand, like, last week we talked about like learning to learn, so I want to have more further discussion on that one.
Yep.
So like, I just want to understand how to structure properly on
Yep.
an analysis.
Yeah. So I'll preface this by saying that I I don't do this in like okay, I don't do it in a super formalized way or structured, but you definitely can. And I think like do you work with AI often?
No.
No? All right. Then you don't have to use it. But I was gonna say that there's like okay, if I were to recommend someone um a way to hmm. Okay, I'll tell you
Or
what I
more
do
like,
first. I'll start with
yeah,
what I
yeah,
do.
yeah, yeah,
What I
yeah, yeah.
do is I play the game and I coach and I like watch people for I watch like people play and think about the decisions and and it kind of just like trickles in a bunch of random like a bunch of different stuff on gradually understanding how certain compositions like to play gradually understanding like uh what is it gradually understanding different details about comps, like items they like, augments they like, roll timings, etc. Those are the things that you kind of pick up, not passively, but like I'm like sitting here thinking and trying to figure out how to make the right decisions. Because at the end of the day, in the game, your job is to make the decisions, right? Like you need
Yep.
to understand something enough so that you can make the decisions. And I kind of like try to figure out what the decisions are, and then reason out why that's the case, kind of going backwards, and be able to reapply that later in a way that generally makes sense and is generalizable. Um, in terms of like specific study stuff, uh, learning to learn, learning to. Do you mean playing to learn, or what do you mean learning to learn?
I think um it's more like, for example, when you explain a certain concept to me,
Yep.
you'd be like, for example, 2-1, this blah 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 augment is bad because, and then you would very often structure it into like A, B, and then C. You could I don't
Sorry.
think, I
Yeah, yeah,
think it's
yeah.
a very good thing because you can very clearly structure out how, like, your reasoning behind why you think that decision is bad with
Yep.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I
Yes.
just wanna, like, I sometimes I know my pick is bad, and
Mm-hmm.
may perhaps at the very first level I know A is like why A,
Yep.
but I don't probably can't get to like B or C,
Yeah. So that's
or maybe my A is not even like
not.
correct or a major thing.
Yeah. Uh. Yeah. I think. Okay. I believe that comes from that the specific example you've given relies on an underlying understanding of what augments do and how resources kind of interact with each other depending on what your opening situation is. But at a broader scale, I I will tell you something that like may not help you that much, but I think I spent I think about 8 years doing competitive debating, and the format that I did basically rigorously tests your ability to come up with reasons and explanations for those reasons for why something
Yep.
is good or bad. If you're familiar with the world at all, I did like British parliamentary style, and
No, I've
again, it's all good.
no,
Um,
but do you mind me asking
sure.
what's your background in like if you went to uni, what's your background?
Political science. I did political science major and a mathematics minor. I was gonna do a mathematics major as well under like the arts program, but I decided I didn't want to do that much math as when it got difficult.
Makes sense.
So I downgraded that one.
Yep, that's fair.
And like that's like a lot of similar-ish kind of reasoning and factor stuff. And yeah. So that wasn't the most helpful
Yeah, I mean
answer.
it's yeah. I mean it's building intuition.
Yes.
Yeah, as you like, it's like keep building intuition. I know I'm improving at a rate because
Yep.
like for example, back then when stats are there, I turn off my brain. I was like, oh boom, this one's the highest AVP. I just pick it. But
Yep.
now with stats being turned off, you actually are you're forced to think, and I think that's a good thing.
Yep.
And I kind of like throughout the 3 months, 2 3 months we've been coaching, I know that I'm improving, but just probably want to know how to improve further. So let's say in the future, if I VOD review myself, I could do it more efficiently and yeah.
Yeah, it's like to do it to get better at doing it, you gotta do it more and get a better understanding of like the cycles or the loops or the things that you would want to look for. That's what you would need to practice basically. There's no better way to get better at it. Like the funny thing is my current job requires me to do this at infinite volume, right? Like more than any reasonable person could ever hope to do in their like investment into this game, right? So I'm a specialist, but for like most people it's like looking over at least like being able to identify like when things are bad or like when like what things are bad, and then figuring out like literally just what you're supposed to do otherwise and why. I can certainly help. I think there's actually two
You got cut
layers.
out a bit.
I cut out
Can
a
you,
bit.
can you repeat? Yeah.
Yeah. What was the last thing you heard?
I heard I can help, and then it got cut off.
Yeah. I don't remember what I said. What I can help. Oh, okay. I didn't say that much after. So I think what I was gonna say is I can help develop the skill to be able to like VOD review and look through things well. I wanted to say there's also like there's two levels kind of here, which is that one level is the thing I say, and so like what I teach people and what I catch. The other level is what I'm thinking about, right? Whenever you're looking at a VOD, right? Like what, like thinking about like what are the different things that you could say, or what are the different things that you could that could potentially be wrong or could potentially be improved. For me, it like kind of is like all I can kind of look through and think through all major decisions quickly. Like I can just watch a VOD in 2x speed and like catch the important things on like what goes on the board, leveling items, etc. But to become better at learning to do that requires practice. Yeah.
Yes. So when you first started VOD reviewing,
Yeah.
you weren't at 2x speed, right? Would you like go through a VOD very thoroughly?
Yeah. Yeah, good question. When I first started VOD reviewing, I think like a reasonable place to start. This is like a slight side thing, but a reasonable thing to start that really gets you on like the loop or like the same train of thought is like watching someone else of similar skill level play a game and then pointing out the things that you would do differently. And then the important part is then like discussing the reasons for why you would do what you do and why they did what they did. You can kind of simulate this with a streamer, or in fact you could do VOD reviews with someone else, but that kind of like discussion really it kind of puts the way you think about what you can differently additionally do on easy mode, if you know what I mean. Because like this is the way you become good at the game is like actually very non symmetric with how other people are. Like people have like their different strengths and stuff. and understandings, which is cool
Yep.
and good. So that makes it easy. Additionally, when I first started, yeah, I guess like, bro, I'm not gonna lie, I cannot even name you the time or the year when I started doing this. I have done coaching on and off for a little while, or also like looking through my games, my friends' games. It's like it basically as a start, just go. It starts at going through a game, pointing out the things that you do differently, and having a discussion about why. Basically,
Hmm. I recently did that with Sunny for like one night,
mm-hmm.
and I find that pretty interesting and helpful as well.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it
helpful. It's
definitely makes
interesting.
you.
It's kind of fun, right?
Yeah, so probably just have to try to do more
Yeah,
of
yeah.
that.
Like
Okay.
it's a very big privilege to have like a large group of peers to um go over things. I think I've been lucky in that.
Yeah, I think it's very uncommon in I don't know, maybe I'm just not in the right group or anything.
Yeah, fair.
All right. Cool. Probably know what to do then. When you get knocked out of a tournament,
Yep.
so let's say you have a remaining amount of time that you can prep for next set. Because considering you don't know anything about the next set yet, how would you prepare yourself for the upcoming set?
Yeah, that's a good question because I think at this point, what was the date I gave? I think my date, the date I said was the last. It was calculated.
I think it was like 1.5 weeks from
March
now,
18th.
or like
Yeah,
2.
March 18th was pegged at 1 week before PBE. So yeah, it's like 1.5 months, right? So
Yeah.
I think there's a few things that you should reasonably expect, or like, okay, how do you prep? Okay, yeah. So part of this, or part of the exercise, is actually meaningfully understanding what kind of decisions are the same between sets and like what kinds tend to be different, right? So
Yep.
generally like practicing execution is still good, but I think an understanding of like augments, items, and yeah, like augments and items and roll timings, though, and reasonings for those are probably the most transferable skills that exist from set to set. So like the best kind of augment you will get will the idea will be the same regardless of what exact augments are in the pool. Your adjustment only has to be on like what is the relative power level of those augments, or like do they exist or not, or can they be offered here or not, right? Um
Yes.
like in the last set, there was no I want an econ augment at prismatic on 4-2. That shit didn't exist. There was one econ augment on 4-2 and it was only invested and it was not always good. But now it kind of does. So in terms of things to practice, like I pretty precisely, you can just go through augment decisions and try to like come up with heuristics for reasonings for why you should do things, because like it's really hard to blunder when you follow a relatively good set of heuristics. So for example, there are going to be some spots where like there are augments and augment lines that are very good, right? And like you're supposed to lean towards taking them. But
Yep.
if you're generally like kind of lost, you don't want to blunder your decision. Is actually really important. It's kind of like in chess. Like there are some people who just like play super well, but like you can get to a very high level by just never blundering, right? And like that's a baseline skill you want to have, because it's easy to make that kind of wrong decision, and it's very harmful to your average placement if you do. So for example, in this spot, characteristically, would you say it's strong or weak?
Week.
Weak, correct. It's weak. So you don't want to take something that requires you to be strong, right?
Yep. So you want something that scales you strong later into the game because you're very weak right now.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's middle right.
Yeah, I
If you
consider
don't have
taking the
a
gold.
better
Like
choice.
I consider it, but like my board is just too weak to take it. Right? You could get strong. You could.
Yep.
I mean, this is even some fucking garbage. Like I'm pretty sure a very common thing to get. Actually, this would not very commonly bait you, but void is void is heavily contested in this lobby, and I know that. And so like if you took the item augment and then you slam the double upgrade, made a frontline, and then like missed void, your game is now, and like even if you did hit void, if it's two-way, it's just really hard to play. Even though like you've from picking the augment, you've done everything correctly, right? And like so, it's weak. So the kind of checklist I'm going through my head is the opener good? No. If the opener is not good, then I have to scale and at a high level angle myself towards something that is relatively uncontested in the game. So this game I get uncontested slayers. I take a bad loss to a strong guy like mid game. I have like quite a bad stage 3 just because the lobby's rather strong, so I get really low. I lose this round where I shouldn't have lost because I had rather bad positioning. Yeah,
On the
I had
strong
bad
side.
positioning, and then yeah, but the way that this was salvaged is that I can win a lot of fights after I spike. Like I win a large number of the fights after I spike, and then it's good enough to gain enough placements.
Can we go for 2?
Yeah.
I want to understand why you picked malicious over just any good combat
Yeah. So I
or
actually
slayers.
I debated this as well. The reason I took malicious is better when you can make a board that becomes strong, right? It's also or like
Yes.
strong enough to win. What malicious effectively does is it translates every subsequent win from 4-2 or like fight where you win a lot of or where you kill a lot of units into being able to accelerate how fast your board
Exponentially.
improves,
Yep.
right?
Mhm.
So it just like shoots your tempo up ahead and then you win. The reason why I took malicious here is because I basically cannot afford to like in the near future fall behind in board strength compared to my opponents. So I can make a strong board on this turn. B, I'm so little HP. I care about most most being able to like consistently make a strong board by ensuring I have upgraded units. My goal is not that high. I can make a board that can reasonably beat my opponents on this turn, but I cannot get to upgraded tank. I cannot get into an upgraded tank, and I need to roll down 0 every turn to be able to get to exactly the upgrades I need to be able to stabilize. I'm actually still a little bit short here. You have to roll every turn, and like you can once I show you, you can see the value of it now, right? I'm not even going for backdoor because like I can't. I just need to hit the upgrades immediately and put them onto my board. Like, look, I fully exhaustively use the gold I got each turn in order to dramatically accelerate how fast my board improves. Does that make sense?
Yes.
That's
But
you can
let's
see the
say
value now, right? Yep.
yeah, I understand. Well, I'm just giving a scenario where
Sure.
it might be a close call in my mind.
Yep.
So let's say it's like a really premium comp, so like gold, precision, and grace or mess hall
Yep.
over malicious. Would you still pick malicious over over one of those premium combat at this specific spot?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think so. Part of it stems from malicious is a very premium. It's the best econ augment in the game, and I think from this spot, it's right to identify that. It's right to identify from like if you have a lot of HP, you can afford to lose as you scale your board, right? Like it's for sure
Yes.
combat. If you have
Yep.
very little HP, but you can hit your board anyways, then you still want combat, right? If you get your board anyway, you don't want 50 gold sitting around doing nothing, right? But if you have very little HP and you're short on an amount of gold that where you need it to hit your board, then it is better to prioritize econ because you're in the exact situation that requires gold to make your board good and to maximize your placement.
Makes sense. Cool.
I think from this spot, you would always take malicious. I think it's the best augment you can see. I think it's approximately the best class of augment you can see, and I think it's the best one in that class.
Consider you can kill units and win rounds.
Assuming you can kill and win. Which if I can't kill and win, okay, if you can't kill and win, then you can take some. If you can't kill and win from 18 HP without a combat augment, you're fucked. So
yes,
you can bet on winning the first round. Like you can even take this from a bad spot and hope you fight someone relatively weak in the first round, and then spike your board after with the gold influx.
So it's actually like a bit of a gamble as well.
A little bit, depending on your board strength. Yeah. Like if I fought the strongest guy on 4-2, I'm fucked because I can't snowball, right? Because I fought that guy on 2. I don't know if he was that strong on 4-2, but on 4-5, I lost to him with weak positioning, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Other thing, one quick thing I want to learn as well is cover scout. So like last minute swap. So you see, I see you like there's like few people does it. I don't know. So you hover one of your units. Yeah, I saw this game. You're holding your Braum, and then wait, is it this game? I don't know.
It is this game. It's both games. It's both. I'm pretty sure it's like. I'm pretty sure the way I position, I figured it out in the tournament, and then I giga smurfed with it. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure a lot of other ways that you position end up not being that good on average.
So you hovered your strongest tank, and then, like, do you hold it and then you click on the right?
Yeah. So what? So I grab the tank, right, and then I click my opponent. So I don't do it here. In fact, I don't do it in this matchup, but I grab the tank and I click on my opponent. I don't do it here. Basically, what I would do is I would click on the tank, so I'm holding it. Click on my opponent that I'm looking at.
I think it did a lot on your last cup game.
In the end, yeah,
like
I do it a lot.
Yeah, against the Slayers.
Yeah,
like
Slayers
at the very
is
end.
Pretty important to do.
There you go.
Yeah, you have to click it, and then
so you click it once, and then it holds the strongest.
Yeah, you can see the outline of it. Yeah, you can see the outline of it on my cursor. Yeah. And then to place it, you have to either press 2 or spacebar to go back to your board and then click very fast to swap it into the position where you want it to go.
When you scout, do you click on the right or do you use keys? Like, let's say there's 8 players alive.
I usually click on the right, which is the objectively weaker way of doing it. The setup most people, like a majority of pro players, have, which I've refused to practice so far because there's an in-between period that is really painful. But what they do is they bind 1 through 8 to the ranking of people on the board. So like if I press 2 here, it would go to the thing, and then they rebind back to board as like space or something. So they like can hover their hand over the keyboard near the end of the thing, and then just like flicker between like the numbers they need to press to like look. So they can literally make like a little claw and press like here. It'd be like 2, 4, 6, right? So I just go 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, like 2, 4, 6 spacebar, 2, 4, 6 spacebar, or like 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6 to look at what my entire pool is doing, and then I can place the tank where I need it to go. Or if it's like 2 units, I can swap. I can like do a swap to which side I'd want to be. Or like you just go like 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6. So you're like observing all 3 opponents for the entire duration or the end of the fight, and then you do a quick swap with like a half a second left.
Bro, that is so hard.
Yep.
Like with 8 keys, it's crazy. I do the click. And do you pump with key, or do you click the bar?
I do both.
Like EXP.
Yeah, I do both. I mean, we can look. I think I click way more.
I think I only click because I feel like I always can easily fat finger
Oh no,
into
here
like
is F. Never
rolling.
mind. I F. If it's a lot of XP, I think I F. Oh, I crashed. So it's a, so I click here. I click if it's like one time, and then if it's a lot, I press F. I think.
Okay, yeah. Maybe probably have to get practice in the scouting thing.
Yeah, like off season is actually a good time to get your hands warm on that one if you want to try. The setup should be
Yeah.
objectively better. It's actually objectively better even if your like speed is not so high, I think.
Okay. Sounds good. And then yeah, I want to do some dojo
Sounds good.
if that's okay.
Yep. On yours or mine? Should you pilot or me?
Uh
Not for you to pilot.
yeah, cool.
So I want
Do
you
you
to
see it?
so while you're doing it, I want you to click things when you're confident you'd make that decision. Or like we can talk through it
What do
first,
you mean?
obviously. Like usually when you're doing this with another person,
Mhm.
the person like the person who's piloting kind of just clicks the stuff that they're certain about it. I want you to also do that. So like if you're certain something is not right, which you will need to do often in a game, like it's way too hard to compare 6 augments against each other. You have to narrow that down to 3 or 2 if you can, because some will be
Yeah.
obviously worse than others or obviously bad for your spot.
Yep. Makes sense. Cool.
Yeah.
I'll just do one right now. That's what I would pick.
Yeah, I think this is reasonable. I think the right augment might be broken. Like broken strong. I to be fair, the people that I watch play it, I think high rolled their copies, but this augment at the prismatic level, it gives you 2 copies of Zin, a BT. It also gives you the last 2 copies of Zin as well.
At the start of next 3, it
So
gives you
stage 3,
3.
4, 5, but you always hit on 4-1 or 4-2, right? So you get 2 relevant ones, and you get one to like do something later. So it gives you 4 copies plus a BT, which is kind of insane.
Yes.
It's
So
yeah.
you think prismatic is pretty much insta click? What a like the gold one is more like
The
it's a
gold one's
significantly
also
worse, right?
it's just also broken, man. That one just also because other people have a gold augment, but like, yeah,
Okay.
you
Do you
can
want to
check
see
the
who
video. Yeah.
Prestivent?
Why do you think he elected to pick this one?
Like pick this one?
Yeah.
Why did he think?
Why did he think it was better than one?
Uh Too much variance, and he kind of have like direction from his board already, right?
Well, he's
I
giving up.
I
He's
I,
giving.
I can't think of a good reason of as to why.
Okay, cool. So the place my mind goes to is my mind goes to um why like what situation is the first augment like good, is trade tree good, and what board state makes it good, and does that align with what we have?
Yeah.
So what board state is one good?
What board state when you don't have direction?
Okay. Is it better on a strong board or a
Uh,
weak board?
it's better on a strong board.
Correct. His board's not strong. It's kind of close to being strong, but it's not that strong. So he doesn't want to take it. Is like what I read. I reason out that A, this augment's broken. B, this is if this is recently, he probably wanted to try the new one as well.
Yep.
But C, like the board's weak, so you'd rather take this as which is like it just gives you a comp to play and it's kind of scaling. And like these kind of augments that give you a comp to play, sometimes they're so good that they're good even when you have no other factors that make them good in your spot. Um, the thing that will matter a lot is components, and here he actually has one of the good components. He has a glove. His glove Morello, which I
Yep.
think is fairly good.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense.
What did he place? I would take a peek at like what he placed, and also what he slammed is like a good thing to look at. Like just like look at what is his 2-1 turn from this. That's like I would be like excruciatingly curious about how he played the 2-1 board.
Okay, I fucked that up. Give me
Because
a
everything
sec.
after that is like semi-obvious, right? Like you just play a normal 2-cost reroll comp, right? You would like if you were to study this, right? So he just slams nothing. So he doesn't. He just puts the BT on, puts like the highest damage on the board. Does he make 10 here or not? He probably should
I
have
would.
played 3 Ionia.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well. I would have thought it's like Ionia might be better.
Makes money. Wins the round. Doesn't
Doesn't make
make
10.
gold.
Wow.
Finds a 2-star levels, and then we have 3 Demacia on the board.
That
Now,
was crazy.
now he
Yo.
makes the Morello. All right. Now you'd see like what does he do on. So like now from a good player like Prestivent, right? You can basically take everything he does as some guidance for what to do in that particular situation, and then you'd want to think about why is that what he does, or like what are the different decisions you can make, and why is that what he does. So like here on the carousel, he's late pick, right? You can like try to reason out like what do you think you should take in late pick, or what should you prioritize, and see if he seems to prioritize those things in that order, right?
Yes.
And then after, like, here's all the things that I would want to watch. I want to watch like what he does in the carousel, what he does, how much he rolls on 3-2, what board he plays, all that kind of stuff. So like, what do you think you should do on the carousel here?
I think just to take a like a chain.
Yeah, if sword's
If
gone,
your swords bows are
yeah,
most
sword
likely
bow's
gone
for sure gone, right? He might get a sword here actually if the lobby's AP
because
heavy.
there's two. Okay, no. Yeah, it's chain.
Chain, yeah, he just takes chain for half titans. Yep. It's a
Yep.
reforger so he can reforge like something that's like really bad. Levels in play strongest board, and he just hopes he's gonna find either IE or Titans, which are pretty easy to get from here, I think.
Yeah, because he
Yeah,
still
so
hasn't
yeah,
dropped
so
those
now the
components yet.
important thing is like the 3-2. What does he do on 3-2?
Is Twitch always this laggy?
Yep.
Oh,
It's not well optimized.
okay. So he got a IE and got a Titans.
Okay, that's a little bit lucky.
Yep.
He's playing 5 Demacia. Takes Poppy 2, levels a 6. I think he's high
And just
rolling his
sits.
units a little bit, but like in a different game, you would look like if you had fewer upgrades, what would you do? Or like what would he do? He's putting the items on the Sona. And then he just sits. And then you probably would want to go to the carousel. I mean, he's gonna take like Prio Cloak or like any take items off the carousel. So then you would like look like what does he do on 4-1? I assume the answer is just
Oh,
he just rolls it.
for this specific comp, let's say he doesn't have like these upgrades, because the win up potential is so high. Would you still roll for a strongbow on stage 3 to try to win?
You want to win. Ideally, you want to win for sure.
Or like you're very behind in copies. Let's say that there's only like you get Zin 2, but then you don't have these. Would you try to econ up then? Because like it's so strong right now.
I think you would have to roll until you get a board that generally wins. He's high rolling his
Okay.
ass off, by the way.
Yeah, 6 ins at 3-3. Okay, cool. So this is probably a win, I think.
Yep.
Next one.
What are you thinking about?
These two
Yeah. What info helps you pick?
components, units.
Yeah. What else? Scouting.
Yeah, I don't scout because I know these are
Oh, it says they're blank.
these are like, yeah, it's
Oh.
blanks. That's why I just don't look at
Yeah,
it.
yeah, makes sense. Okay. So, do you know what you'd be scouting for?
What other people are leaning?
Yeah,
What
and
units they
on
have?
Prismatic Start, you're looking for other comeback stories because that means they're gonna
Oh,
like, yeah, they got that now. So, like, if you're looking for fucking, if you're playing, if you're playing Calculos, right? You don't want someone else to have Calculos because that's bad,
yep,
right?
yep.
Those don't go well with each other. If you have comeback story,
Mhm.
you kind of don't want someone else to have comeback story either because A, they're sharing the same lines as you. B, fucking Slayers is contested anyways. So C, like you're just coin flipping to see if you're uncontested on Warwick or not, which you might not be. Or like the play contested Slayers without econ, which is also not good without econ or tempo.
Yep.
I also think like hard commit's kind of broken. You probably just take it. In
Yeah, I
fact, like
tried it and it's very good.
in fact, like
Oh,
as a default, you probably just roll the other ones, take hard commit early, so in the hopes that no one has to commit into your line.
I mean, if you take hard commit, they can't really contest, right? Because you
Well,
get
yes, but if people may make decisions that force them into a line or a set of lines early, and you want to deter them from doing that. Like if I slam a Titans on a Kiana too, maybe you wouldn't deter them anyways. And like that's why it's actually kind of flexible because the Titans itself is flexible. But
Yep.
if someone's like, it's like if you got like, can you even get Failure Emblem? You can't.
You
There are
can,
not
right?
that many of these that you can get. You can. You can't get a 5 cost. There's no 5 cost. Hello.
But it says, so does it mean like if that 5 cost is not unlocked, you can't get that emblem?
Yeah, exactly. It's limited to emblems that are guaranteed to have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 cost non-unlock.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right. Makes
It,
sense.
yeah. So yeah, that's
7
that.
again.
I think the ones that are made in a day are like almost all from the same people. Vanquisher.
Vanquisher.
Yep. So we are playing
This
Slayers. That's it.
the components are very awkward
Yep. How do you fix that?
if you don't get it.
I guess he just
I
wants
think
the tempo
you
anyways.
sack
He just makes
with
bow. Yeah. You just see a bow. That's it.
yeah. Would you sack for a bow
Uh,
on 2-3?
I think
Not
doing what
level
he did.
here.
I think doing what he did is correct.
Why is that?
Um. Uh. I'm not struggling to come up with a reason. I'm struggling to come up with the explanation for the reason. The reason why doing this is correct is essentially because it gives you the best balance of gold and HP. So basically, with this board, he can beat everyone that's weak. He can also get a stronger frontline to potentially farm additional gold out of Vanquisher Emblem. So by this turn, he's already farmed 2 gold out of Vanquisher Emblem, which is
Mhm.
very significant in terms of like early game gold generation. So in addition to the fact that the augment just gives you gold, often it can be useful to try to convert gold that your augments give you into power now. So here is converting into power by consistently being on the higher augment, the higher level tempo, um, compared to the rest of the lobby, basically. And his board is not
Yep.
that weak. He has a full item and upgraded unit. Like the board is not weak. And like to fix the rod, you can go either sword or bow. There's a good chance. There's actually, here's the thing. There's a good chance that what is it?
He took a tier.
Also, he might play Void, actually. Now that I think about it, maybe, but I mean he just took $3 tier because like $3 tier is I think reasonably chill. Like it's a reasonable component here. How do I say this? Wow. Anyways, one thing to note is that you know how there's like a lose 3 for the component kind of tempo that exists, right? And then you try to win 2-5-2-6.
Yes.
Something that like these guys, especially the like maybe not especially these guys, but like is another play pattern concept is the win like have a strong board for the first 3, take some garbage and be a little bit weak for 2-5-2-6. But that pattern still results in you having like a fair amount of HP. So it looks like he loses both of these, right? Maybe he
Yep.
wins this. No, he probably loses both, right? But it's fine. We still came out of that early game. He might win. He won. We still came out of the Malzahar was actually like very powerful here. So like you see what he's doing is like he's squeezing the water out of his spot basically, right? Like he's got the strongest board you can have from what his opener offered him, and he's rewarded with having a lot of HP and doing this marginally and like always consistently having HP is what consistently allows him to place well and like not being too concerned with components and like because some of the time you just get it anyways, right? You can never be in a giga high roll spot without putting yourself in a position where you have the HP to make the spot high roll, and then if you high roll the components, that's excellent. He's playing AD Kaisa.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Makes sense.
And like he wasn't even committed to any particular comp, right? He played what made sense most from his spot, and like he kind of saw that some guys Giga Slayers who probably just want to contest it, so he can just play Vanquisher plus show. Like you just make the strongest set of items all consecutively, and this is a beautiful game from him, honestly. Like this is like a masterful early game, I think, in terms of how it's executed here. So it's like I have enough gold, don't need tiniest. I'm just gonna take the combat because this comp like is reasonably like combat's good. Combat's pretty good. He didn't get a premium item augment. The combat's pretty good, so I was just gonna take the combat and then it's chill. Gonna level, hold tempo, like he'll have gold, right? Like the hard commit gives him units and money every time. Like you don't even have to use the Abessa. You can just use the fiddle later, and then just fucking say I'm just gonna sell the Abessa and I get 11 gold. It's an emblem, and it gives you like reasonable units, and it's a bunch of gold. Like his early game was not easy to play without the Rek'Sai, right? Like the Rek'Sai is what made it good, and like having that was real good for him. Yeah, makes sense.
Okay, chill. Yep.
Yeah, no, this game is beautiful. Like that was a excellent game to watch for talking through and watching how he navigates the early game.
Makes sense. Yep. Build.
Yeah, that seems like an easy puzzle.
Yeah, very straightforward. Ionia one.
Yeah,
Do we want to look?
we can look. Probably Prestivent. He either looked already or like didn't even bother to look at like his opponents because like there's just nothing.
His components
There's
are
just
so
nothing
good.
else he can do, right?
Yes.
Like you don't want to be like learning TFT who sometimes backs himself into a corner because he doesn't want to contest like Ionia multi-ways. Like it's just the only thing you can do. You have to hope the other guys don't do that.
Yeah. All right. No scouting info. Unlocked Ori. Oh. This one's fairly straightforward as well, I think. It's just
He
H style, right?
you're the guy. This player did something different than what you did, by the way.
You mean the roles?
Yeah, they defaulted prize fighter, which I think is correct.
Should we go back?
Yep.
Or just click the link? Why is prize fighter better than...
So your main line
Oh.
from this situation is to play the Oriana comp, right? Like Oriana line. The problem with picking the other one is you would mostly be playing Slayers. The problem with mostly be playing Slayers is A, we don't have any Slayer units, but B, more importantly, we made a steadfast, which kills our Hodge open chain, which is very bad.
Oh, okay. My thought was with the Vi, I was thinking if we don't have a good board, I'll play Warwick instead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's reasonable. I think that's actually fairly reasonable. You just have to get a bow.
Yep.
But then you should ask yourself, like, should you prefer to play low tempo here to playing like prize fighter into something reasonable? You know what I mean?
Yes.
And if I think the
Okay.
answer is like often, unless Lost Streak is being underplayed, which sometimes it is, if Lost people in tournament tend to like play Lost Streak at like about the right frequency, which makes it like bad in a plural like in like 60% of cases to try to opt into losing because someone else will already be doing that. So if you can avoid it, you want to opt into winning if possible. You especially want to do it if you think you have an edge in tempo play compared to your opponents.
Makes sense. Yeah, because I could hit this, and my board is probably pretty good.
Yeah, you get,
Okay.
the chance that you hit anything that completes the tier is pretty good.
Yep.
You take the scythe or the bow here.
I would take the bow.
Who would you put the items on?
The Briar.
The briar? That's chill. I would check what they took. I think you're allowed to slam Eon and go Scythe. Go Scythe for Rex. Scythe is good on Rek'Sai. And the Scythe goes on Ambessa. It's good on Ambessa.
Not loading.
Oh, unlucky. Wait, it's there.
Right.
I think it's implying it's there, right? Or no?
Yeah, I think so. It should be the same VOD, but now the timestamp is gone. I don't know what's happening with Twitch.
All good. It's fine.
Hello? Do you hear me?
I can hear you.
What's happening with my
Might be your internet.
piece?
Oh.
Oh,
No,
can you pilot for a bit?
Yeah, I can do that. I hope we don't see the same puzzles.
Yeah,
If we do, we'll just skip them.
sounds good. did this one. Okay, my thing loaded back now. He took bow.
He took bow. All right, makes sense. I think that's like generally the better one.
Yep. Cool. Next one. No scouting info. Okay. This one's very easy as well.
Yeah.
Cool. Do we want to look? Probably not.
I mean, like, if you want to learn more about the line piloting, then you can, right? Like, you can take, like, this is how you like refine your line knowledge. You see how it's played and like the important decisions several times over to get a good understanding of them, basically.
Okay. I think more importantly is 3-2.
Mm-hmm.
Win streaks. Econ, right?
Yep. Must be econ. He also tempo stemmed the
Stop
Sterex
here.
to streak.
And then just stop. Because he can always chop it off.
Yeah. Oh, he is Guenzo.
Yeah. Yeah, stop here.
When you sell,
All right.
you can sell Leonas. It'd be interesting to see if he sold Leona.
If
And then like it'd be interesting to see what board he's trying to get to.
you mean during the mid game?
Yeah, like on stage 3, like if he like high rolled his units, like what's the high roll for like unit copies?
Oh, okay.
So it looks like he's like relatively stable on what he's on right now, I guess. He's on 2 Warden, 2 Invoker, 3 Demacia. With 2 copies of the Zin on the board.
Would a good jug be stronger than a second Zin?
Probably not. The Zin has has Demacia and Warden.
What about if it's a Nautilus?
Nautilus 1, probably still a little weaker. But I don't know
Okay.
what he thinks. That's what I think. Like I'm not sure about that one.
Okay. Cool. No scouting info. Blades.
I think it's that one too. I agree with what the player did. If you see,
Oh, like this one?
yeah, if you see Sword Chain Cloak, it's almost always supposed to be Slayers if you can do it.
Sword chain cloak.
Sorry, not sword. Belt Chain Cloak, triple defensive. The reason is
Even with this opener.
yeah, the reason is your item economy. Even if you try to play something else, it's still this one. But your item economy is completely fucked unless you can figure out how to use the defensive items to make offensive completed items. And like the only comp that can do that is Slayers. No other comp can use defensive components to make offensive items.
Is it because this patch Slayers is like so strong? So even though you don't have like a really good setup for it at 2-1 yet, you're happy to just like take this and play into the line?
You could take Cluttered too, but the issue I see is that like your components are literally too far. Like your comp is made, or like the make or break is getting your offensive core online, right? Like you want to get an offensive core online, otherwise you can't play the fucking game at all, right? You can't get any offensive core online unless if it's layers, so you lean very heavily towards it.
Okay. So this is like
And I assume this person prefers to try to play a strong board from this spot. Like they're gonna like hopefully they can level and like go for like 2 gun or something, or they can like wait until 2-5 and then spike with a better board then.
interesting.
So
I would have thought that like my board is like so fucking trash. at this stage, at this moment, I would take econ.
So he actually just pre-slams Sunfire. We can see what he does, right? See how and if it works out. Yeah. So like you would want to like figure out what does he see that you don't, right? Like what line does he see? What path forward is there? So he's not strong right now, right? Like he's making his board as strong as he can, but it's not strong right now.
Yep. Did he have the TF? No.
No, he didn't know he had TF.
He won.
Uh-huh.
Do you want to see his endgame board?
Endgame board? Hell no. You want to see what he takes off this carousel, right? And what he tries to angle into progressively. Like you want to see when you want to see like was he always playing? Is he open to playing Bilge? Was he always planning to play Slayers? Like Prestivent actually like in his head is like very clear probably or like clear-ish about what he can what does he take? Open sword. What is it?
Belt. Even Shroud.
Okay, even Shroud. Okay, yeah. So he just like loves the tempo. So he makes even Shroud. Finds a GP. Yeah, you would want to see what he does is what you want to see. And like he's a really like playing like when I say flex play, do you have the correct definition in your head or like understanding in your head or should I explain it?
Yeah, it'd be great to explain.
So basically, technically, the core trade-off with making your board stronger is that all ways that you make your board stronger lose flexibility for what you can play, basically, right? Because if you make upgrades and put them on your board, you're paying for them, so you want them to like take you down a good path, right? If you make items, you're limiting yourself by what you could play because if you have like components that they kind of open, they can make a lot of stuff. If you have full items, they now limit like the comps you can play because you only get so many. And making like an IE means that you shouldn't play like Lysandra, for example, because like the glove and the sword is gone, right? However, they don't limit you. They don't fully limit you to one comp. They actually keep you relatively like certain items, and like augments. You can play some things from, right? There's like a tree that like you go down a tree. Like when you start the game, you start at the very bottom, and you can play everything, right? But the moment you start making decisions to make your board stronger, you then have to limit like which branches you can go up. But he keeps a very clear head on what branches he can go up, and he always like considers all his options using his strongest board as his general guideline. And like what makes a strong board as a general guide. That's how he approached the previous game that we watched with the Void. That's how he approached this game here. So he didn't pick what he's playing on 2-1. He's actually still open. He's still open to playing Slayers or Draven or Fast 9. Fast 9's looking like it's going to be hard, but he's open to playing Draven or Slayers. And it looks like he's going to opt into the Draven here with the trifecta. Which from 2-1, you don't know he's playing Draven. Before he picks his augment, he doesn't know he's playing Draven. But the way that the game progressed made it really make sense for him to be playing Draven from here. Preston's an excellent player.
Yeah, he's not like very tunnel vision into like.
He's the opposite of tunnel vision. He's wide sighted. He's like I don't know what the word for that be, but he is very meticulously considering all of his options.
Yeah.
What component?
Okay, I know.
What
probably
component
know how to
goes
build up.
here? Yeah.
Uh, chain,
Why?
chain or cloak. I think.
What's the strongest item you can make?
I think it's Kraken or Titans.
Yeah, I think he thought it was Kraken too, and he's gonna make GS. Oh, Titans for Draven or for GP?
Oh, Titans for. I was thinking for Draven with
Okay,
the
it's
bow.
fine. The problem is Titans is not very good without a sufficient amount of attack speed, in my opinion.
Hello, you cut out.
Sorry, yeah, I thought Titans is not very good without a sufficient amount of attack speed. Oh, he's actually gonna make the Hodge. He's gonna kill the tier by with the Hodge that only makes like Hodge is Hodge is actually fairly reasonable on Draven. B, he wants to kill the tier because the bow is flexible.
Yeah,
And like GS probably is too bad to make in a lot of cases.
and the Hodge can go to
Well,
Draven
it will go
GP
on game.
later.
It will go on GP. Yeah, it's good right now. It's good now, and it's good for his item economy. Like he's like whatever he can make out of the bow is like he wants to make the really good Draven items, right? Like he wants to make I think Kraken probably, or like whatever you think like the
Yep.
good bow item on Draven is. You don't want to make a weak Draven item. You'd rather make the strongest option now that's also flexible too. Is what I think he likes about this.
Yep. Okay. Cool. I think we're time,
Lot to
right?
learn. Yeah, we're time. Lot to learn.
Yeah.
Lot of strong players out there with like lots of different things they understand. But like you'll notice that the commonality is they're strong because they consistently see the options that they can do by making their board strong. And as long as you have a coherent game plan or like one that like will work, you want to opt to be strong if that game plan supports it.
Okay. Cool.
All right.
Thank you.
Any final questions?
No, not for
All right.
now.
Sounds good. I'll catch you around.
See ya.
See ya. Have a good day.